What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Mikey today coming at you through the wondrous and amazing capabilities of the internet and YouTube. And as you may have not already been aware of, I have been making videos about Action Game Maker for a while now. I've been reading the producer letters and giving my thoughts. Today is no different. They just released a new producer letter. I actually got more interested again in the software again because the last time they talked about this, they were talking about how they will be making a new maker mode UI, and it made me excited again because I can't stand the Godot UI that current Action Game Maker uses. So let's read over this producer letter number 20, introducing the new Maker Mode UI. Producer letter 20, introducing the new Maker Mode UI. Hello, everyone. It's me, producer Moreno for Action Game Maker again. Thank you, as always, for your continued interest in Action Game Maker. In this, the 20th producer letter, I am happy to introduce the new UI we announced at our first anniversary in June, using actual screens from the build currently in development. About the new quote-unquote Maker Mode UI. We have named the new UI Maker Mode to convey our aim of making it as approachable as the Maker series has always been known for. First, let me start with the most important point. This mode is one of two options. The existing Godot UI remains fully available. So if the new UI doesn't feel quite right to you, or if you have been using editor plugins made for Godot, you can simply switch back to the UI you have been using all along. There's a possibility that I will personally probably maybe flip back and forth just to find some more tangible stuff to work with, like plugins and whatnot, just to mess with it, but then I'd be back to the regular Maker, more than likely. Let me start with the most important point. This mode is one of two options existing. So if the UI doesn't all along, we read all that because I'm an idiot and I'm whatever. The concept and design intent behind Maker Mode. Our design goal was to approach and recapture that ease of creation of the classic Maker series. It is built specifically around creating with our visual script system. Screens dedicated to map creation, object creation, and more have all been rebuilt from the ground up. We have built it as a single tab model style UI, much like classic Maker tools. As a result, you can no longer open several tabs and switch between them. Some users might find this slower, but it's less visually overwhelming and makes it harder to make unintended mistakes, such as accidentally opening the visual script for the wrong object. Changes are not just for side view projects, as top view is now much easier to work with as well. Beyond that, we have added a large number of new settings windows in pursuit of the best usability we could achieve. Now, let's take a look at these features using actual screens from the current build. Okay, it still feels a little like, or a lot like, it still feels a lot like that. But I can kind of see what's going on, I think. Kind of like these. I like these tabs going on here, but it still feels a little too much like Godot. Like it, I get that there's probably not a lot maybe they can do. I don't know. That's my other thing. Will there be a way to set up boundaries for the maps, for the cameras and all that stuff that we're used to? See, this is still kind of confusing if you ask me. Map layers and stuff. I'm trying not to be too negative. It's not feeling quite right to me. But it's still early days. Like, if they can recapture Pixel Game Maker, I think they'll be on the right track. And that's my thing. Let's try to recapture Pixel Game Maker. Why don't we do that? If it can recapture Pixel Game Maker, you're going to be doing good. And that means separating things, not trying to throw it all in one area. But they do have a map list over here. That's cool. So they have the map list. So we have game scene 1. That's good. That feels a little more... It's a little more like it. Because I don't think the original I don't think currently it has that. And there's this one. That is looking better. That is feeling better. It does feel better. It does feel like they're trying to organize things a bit better. That's cool. Okay. That is looking better. I still think I'm going to get lost a bit, but they're saying that they're still working on things. So it is still early days. I'm trying not to be too harsh. I do like this, though. I don't even think that currently it has this or not. I don't think it does. But I like the stylistic nature of it. That helps. Having scenes right here, map list, that's good. Map layers for each. Yeah, see, that's why it's really good. So you're going one map at a time, and then it gives you a selection of your layers and everything. That's good. That's less confusing. I can tell you that right now. Looking at it, I know what I'm looking at. And I don't think I'll get lost. This is good. And then you have your object list down here. That is so much better. That is absolutely so much better. So you're already getting there. You're already getting there. That's so much better. Like the way it was before was. So I can tell what they're going with here. That's so good. These screens are from a build in development and may differ from the release version. I would say try to go a little more towards Pixel Game Maker, because even with everything separated, it didn't feel overwhelming. It felt good. These screens are from a build in development and may differ from the release version. The same applies to all images that follow. Nearly all of it is freshly built. We split the file system dock into variants. Yes! 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 Sorry for being so loud. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. That's the way you do it. We split the file system dock into variants. One that shows only scenes. One that shows only objects. This should reduce confusion for any user. Yes! Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. Holy crap, it's starting to look like a maker I want to use. Map layers now show only the nodes you need, and you can easily add just the nodes each layer requires. On top of that, everything is fully translated into every supported language. Thank you. Holy shit. I mean, that's the problem with Action Game Maker and Godot as a whole. Like, shit is just too cluttered together. Like, things aren't organized and separated into a flow. Like, that's the problem with Godot and Action Game Maker, current Action Game Maker. The quote inspector now hides items that are rarely used. Which items are hidden can be freely adjusted in your personal settings. Yes. 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 Amazing. Thank you. Loud American here. Thank you. There is plenty more, but the single biggest change is the tile system. Really? Yeah, I'm looking. A redesigned tile system. We rebuilt it around palettes, like an RPG Maker auto tiles terrain. Get an auto tile list palette, and everything else gets one palette per sheet. Oh, okay. I hope I can adjust the size of them and the way they're drawn. Like if I want something a little closer to like RPG Maker XP with the 3x3 tiles, I hope I can do that. I would like that. Thank you very much. I would like that. I hope that's something I can do. And I wouldn't see why I couldn't, but yeah. We added a shared palette feature. Tiles loaded in one scene are now loaded automatically when you create a tile map layer in another scene. We added a new tile palette settings window. Everything from importing to configuring tiles such as collisions and so on is handled in a single window over right here. That is good. This is what you do. I don't mind a pop-out tab. I don't mind a pop-out window. I have two monitors sitting here. I can move the other, windows over to that and look over. Like, that's a great idea. Having popped out windows that you can move around and place on a different area, that's good. That's very good. That I'm so shocked that they're going with this. Tiles, windows, everything from importing failures such as collisions, so on, is handled in a single window. We added the RPG Maker format as a newly supported auto tile format, so you can use those assets as game resources for top view. I would like it if I could use RPG Maker XP format, please. Is there any possibility of adding the XP format if you're making a top-down game? If you're making a top-down game. I don't think it's necessary for a side view game. But a top view, like, I would love to have like a 3x3. We're not really making RPGs with this. Well, maybe you can. Oh, God. Man, what did I do with my stomach here? Like, everything's hurting and it feels like it's ripping when I cough. The object screen. Oh, I just noticed that. They did separate the objects. Holy crap, that is so good. Oh my God, they're getting it. Oh my, I am floored. I am absolutely floored with what they're doing. I am absolutely floored. This is it. Just, I wonder if they got this from me. Like, I wonder if they see me bitching. I apologize for being so, I get worked up easily, and I shouldn't act so horrible. But if I'm really, really frustrated, yeah. Also, we need information about, like, when you're making animations, being able to, yeah, this is way more like Pixel Game Maker now. This is a lot more like Pixel Game Maker now. Hang on, let's bring up, hang on. Wait, did I just, no, it's still there. Let's go to my library real quick. Let's go to, let's go Pixel Game Maker. Let's launch Pixel Game Maker real quick. Come on. Shouldn't take too long. You okay? What are you doing? Let's find my, let's go with Andy. Let's go with Andy. Yes. So they're putting things at the top like this, and they're separating it. See, because right now we have it like there's scenes, tiles, animations, objects, resources, transitions, plugins, and database. And you go between these different ones. And it's not that big of a deal. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but that's okay. Resources, so on and so forth. And hang on, let me open the image in a new tab. Yeah, so yeah, they're doing kind of like that. Hang on, we're going to sit and have a look-see. Nope. There we go. Just to kind of see what we're stepping in here. So yeah, you have maps, which is scenes. They're calling it maps. Okay. That's less confusing than scenes, to be honest. And then you would have like tile sets and whatnot. But they're having that as a pop-out, which is fine. Okay, but then you have like objects. We have that too, right here, objects, which is what they're in. That is so much better and so less confusing. Like, I'm actually proud and saluting them. You can't see me. I don't have the camera for myself on, but I'm saluting. Like, yeah, just being able to get in there and like, it was just too much to learn and relearn again. And having something like this is going to be better, is all I'm saying. So we have this objects, we have advanced. We'll find out what that is in a minute. Transitions, I would still call that teleporting or something like that, but transitions is fine. And that's the same thing here. They have it. It's not in the same order as this, which is fine. It doesn't have to be. I'd be surprised though if animations aren't done like that. But animations are probably in the objects area, probably, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'm glad that they're doing this. I will probably actually, I'm going to try the next time they have a public demo after they get this thing done. I will try a public demo again. And then I'm probably going to more likely to buy this now. This is good. I'm glad that they're taking this approach. So you have all these separate areas. Is animation done in the same area as objects? I mean, it'll be a little confusing, but hopefully not too confusing. Well, let's keep going. As with the maps screen, we built this from scratch so that only what you need is shown. We added a new switch variable settings window. Project variables and switches can be changed here as well. Well, that's cool. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. You can now search for where a switch or variable is used. That's awesome. That is awesome. I love that. We added a new feature that checks the collision settings of two objects and determines the results automatically for quick and easy confirmation. Hell yeah! Hell yes. Hell yes. This is going to be a long video, but hell yes. This is amazing. This is the way. As they would say on The Mandalorian, this is the way. Groups can now be configured from the inspector. Holy crap. That's amazing. I'm glad to see this. This is the way. The biggest change in object creation is the animation authoring feature. Sprite animation. You can now create animations in the animated sprite 2D format. Sheets loaded here are always synced and applied to the animation player automatically. Thank God. I do still dislike this animation thing. Like, it's difficult for me. Wait, you can now create animations. Oh, animated sprite 2D format. Oh my God, I complained early on that you couldn't do this. Like, you had to use that more complex one. It's not like that anymore. It's each frame. So the way this one works, animated sprite 2D, the way it works is you put them down here and you tell them how long you're on each frame. It's very similar to Pixel Game Maker's animations. It's very, very, very similar. So let's go to Andy. It's very, very similar. So each thing is just a frame right here, right? And you tell each one the display time. So this one's like a 4, 2, 4, 8, 10, 8, 4. Right? What the fuck? Bit of a jump cut there. Sorry. Somebody came up and yeah. Anyhow, and so the way this works is so you have each frame, you're selecting the frames, you're telling them how much display time between each frames. It's the same way with this. It's the same way. So you have all of these beside it. That's the same way too. These are all your things. So you have idle, walk, intro walk, warp walk, jump, fall, throw, punch, all of them, right? Then you have the direction. Then you have the frames, each frame and how long you're on each frame, right? This is the same thing here. So here's your stances. These are the stances. These are the animations. This is which ways. I'm guessing this is directions. There's still the FPS thing up here, but each one of these, you click on them and you set the time between them. If I'm not mistaken, that should be it. So this is basically the same as this. And I love this. And I didn't really like the new one. And they said they weren't going to allow you to use it. But I guess you're going to be allowed to use it now. So that is cool. That is very cool. Ah, here we go. Uh, Sheets loaded here are always synced and applied to the animation player automatically. So then you have here, it's like, and from the sheet you have each. See, I love these animations. I'm sorry, I like this a bit more. The other one feels too complex to me, and you can automatically tell each one to have like, oh, this is the cells, and okay, yeah. We added a frame-based collision animation feature. Here, instead of working on a timeline, select frames and build the animation by adjusting attack collisions, hit collisions, and so on to fit that frame. And of course I'm going to do this because I want to see it up close. Yeah, so this is like, this is a lot like Pixel Game Makers. So they're aware of these things. So I am legitimately very shocked that it's progressing like this. This is amazing. This has me excited for the software again. And I'm going to try it, and I'm probably going to end up actually buying it after they release this update. Like, that's what it's been missing. Like, they just needed a better UI. Godot is not maker friendly. It's not, you know, if you're used to the Pixel Game Maker and action, and not action, but Pixel Game Maker, RPG Maker, it needed better. It needed better. I hope they're adding an easy way to set up borders and whatnot for the maps. I'm glad they went with maps and not scenes. That's a little confusing. Maps. That's scenes was always like, what do you mean scene? Like a play? It's a little weird. Maps is better. Objects, advanced. I mean, you can do all this. This is I'm actually giddy and excited again. This is awesome. I love this. Oh my god, this is the list of stuff over here. Oh, so you have your folders, and then you have your, ooh, this is so good. It's so juicy. Oh my god, it's so juicy. Why am I talking like that? Switching the collision animation feature to detailed mode allows timeline editing if that is preferred. That is not something I like. I don't like that. I like this one more. And being able to tell each frame how many, you know, how much wait time there is between them. Easily, like in Pixel Game Maker. You can switch to this, but why would you want to? I mean, I guess, but no. Just like auto tiles, if you prepare a sprite sheet in a specific format, our new template animation feature will handle everything at the press of a button, loading the frames, adjusting the collisions, and registering the animation set. Top view template. RPG Maker compatible sprite sheets can be used as they are. There is no diagonal movement, but diagonal attacks are generated automatically along with everything else. We have also added the ability to auto-configure swinging or thrusting weapons using a specific PNG image, so you can get straight to making a game in the vein of Zelda or the Mana series. Yes. Yes. I don't know if that's something I'll end up making, but that's cool. It's very cool. It's very awesome. Very, very awesome. Side view template. This is a new template. Set up a sprite sheet with one motion per row in the intended order, and the motion will be auto-generated. As long as the order of the motions matches, the number of frames is up to you. The blank cells are skipped intelligently. Attack collisions and hit collisions are manually configured, but you can adjust them from the screen during the initial configuration. That is so good! I'm surprised they've gone this far along. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is good. Like, even looking at this, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I like this. I'm not feeling frustrated even looking at this, and I feel like I wish this had been there day one, but it is what it is. The visual script screen. This one doesn't look very different, but is now accessed from a game object by clicking the Edit Visual Script button. Not only does this eliminate working on the wrong object, it also feels much cleaner now that view is focused exactly where you need it. Yes, yes, yes. Abso-freaking-lutely. This is so good. Assets. Yeah, all that good stuff. Oh, it's so good. The advanced screen. But now some of you may be worried that Godot's own features have become completely unavailable. We simply moved the Godot functionality to this new advanced screen. Oh, that's what advanced is. Just switches to the Godot view under advanced. Okay. I mean, if you want to screw around with that, sure. I mean, there might be something you need to get to and you can't get to. Note also that all Action Game Maker provided features such as the tile map and sprite animation tools are still created with existing Godot nodes. This means you can still edit them through the tile map layer and animation player nodes just as before. Like if you want to. I mean, the only thing I would want to use advanced for is like there's a plugin that helps you make CRT screen effects in your game. Okay, I would use that. And I would probably have to go into the advanced mode to use it. Maybe not, but we'll see. This screen is nearly identical to Godot's 2D view, but with a few differences. This screen is modal 2, so you cannot open an endless number of tabs. I don't understand what that means, but okay. There is no equivalent of the script view, so GD script authoring happens in a separate floating window. I kind of like floating windows. I do. I like the idea of having something I can move off to the side out of the way or whatever. It helps. You can organize a flow a little bit better, I think. For that reason, if you write a lot of GD script, or you like to keep many tabs open and switch between them, there will be cases where you are better off switching to the original Godot mode. Oh, that's unfortunate, but it's a trade-off, you know. The transition screen, like Visual Script, this hasn't changed dramatically, but the file system now shows only scenes, and it should feel much cleaner with unnecessary elements removed. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a lot like in Pixel Game Maker now. So you go to the transitions, you like select a scene. Oh wait, here we go. You can do this. I like this. It's like this to this, this to this, this to this. Yeah. I like that a lot. This is a long video. I apologize, but it is what it is. The assets screen. Up to this point, I've described how the file system on each screen shows only what you need. That made things clearer, but it also makes importing assets inconvenient. To improve this process, we added a new assets screen. Users of Action Game Maker's predecessor may find it familiar. Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I like it, and I appreciate it, and you are amazing for doing this. Yes. Actually, yeah. With the addition of asset management system, each type of asset is assigned a designated folder. That's how it should be. Projects created before this change will have their own folder structure. So you will need to either change that structure to match or continue managing those files through the normal file system on the advanced screen. We've also added a major feature to the asset management system, the official asset and official system import features. Oh, official asset import. Action Game Maker has shipped with a large number of official assets, but the only way to add them was the inconvenient route of creating a sample project and copying the wanted assets from it. So we built a system to import the desired assets in a batch operation. That is cool. Official system management. In addition to assets, we have created a system for adding plugins written in GDScript. The first plugin to use this system will be a brand new menu system plugin. It installs and uninstalls easily at the press of a button. That is so cool. Oh my god, really? This system plugin bundles together saving, loading, volume settings, key rebindings, resolution changes, language changes, and more. All you need to do is call the relevant scene with show menu. Holy hell! Unholy hell, I should say. That's amazing. That's awesome. That is so cool. I do though. I hope I can like auto tiles if I want an XP style auto tile. If I want to use that, I should be able to. I really hope so. If not, I'll suggest it. Maybe I'll just share this video once I'm done with it and see what they say. It's a long video, but it is what it is. Like this menu system, we hope to keep distributing official plugins and systems that are in demand but difficult to build only with Visual Script. Other additions. I am so sorry. I have a cough right now. I'm kind of sick. So and I feel bloated and everything. You can generally carry over your existing projects, but some systems assume... Wait a minute, what was I reading? Input actions can now come as presets. Beyond that, there are new custom nodes for building moving platforms, an action for configuring knockback, a preview system for placing portals, preview features for displaying text and images, autosave, quick restart, returning to the last platform you touched, and much more. There is too much to cover here, so I'll leave it at that. We have prepared so many great features that promise to make version 2.8 truly amazing. You are correct, sir. You are correct. I'm already excited. I'm salivating here. This is amazing. Things to keep in mind about Maker Mode. You can generally carry over your existing projects, but some systems assume use of the new preset folders, input actions, collision settings, and so on. In some cases, you may need to modify your project to match in order for everything to work as expected. We have corrected some behaviors as part of the implementing Maker Mode. These are mostly cases of things that previously did not work correctly are now working. But as a result, there are some behavioral differences that may occur. If you are using editor plugins or add-ons made for Godot, they may not work correctly in Maker Mode. That's why I probably would never use them. Like the kind of plugins I have in my brain are visual plugins and whatnot for doing graphical effects and shit. That's the kind of thing I want. Sorry for the language, though. Anyhow, in closing, that concludes our introduction to Maker Mode. Text and images alone may not fully convey how it feels to use, but every part of the UI shown here was built from the ground up for Maker Mode. We are hard at work so that those who felt it wasn't Maker-like enough, or harder than our previous title, Pixel Game Maker MV, and gave up along the way, will pick it up once more. We hope you'll look forward to it. As for development status, picture something just shy of a beta. We are at the stage of testing internally and with a very small number of partners, so implementation is still some way off. Likely sometime in autumn, so next year, right? That's what it sounds. Wait, is autumn fall? Wait, fall is autumn. Is autumn, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so probably sometime in November, August, September, maybe November, maybe. As for development status, pictures side beta, internally, once things are far enough along, we would like to run a closed or perhaps even an open beta test, and we would greatly appreciate your help when that time comes. That's all for this producer letter. Thank you for your continued support of Action Game Maker, and I'll see you all again soon. This is freaking amazing. I wonder who people have said. This is. Wait, what did I click? I didn't. What did I click? What happened? It said discussion. Ooh, somebody said something that I don't understand. It's in Japanese. There's no way to translate it from here. You have to go to translate. You have to go somewhere and translate it. Google Translate works. That's fine. Japanese. There we go. I've been too busy to learn the ropes, so I put this title on the back burner for now. But since I spent so much time tinking with Action Game Maker MV, the original Pixel Game Maker, I'm actually thrilled about this. I can't wait for the implementation. I agree. That is awesome sauce. Complete and total awesome sauce. I am floored. I am absolutely floored by what I've seen so far. It feels like a good workflow to use. It no longer feels like a confusing mess I'd get lost in. And that's how I felt before. Oh God. That is amazing. That is awesome. That is great. I'm probably gonna. Yeah, I'm sick. I was fine. I was perfectly healthy. Then I went in and had an MRI done, and they had pipes going down my throat, and I came out of it and everything, and I had a headache, and now I'm sick. I'm coughing really bad. I don't know if I caught it from somebody else in the hospital or what the hell happened, man. It is bad news bears all around. I feel horrible. I'll start coughing and my stomach feels like it's going to rip apart. It feels like it's going to bust. It does. My stomach feels like it wants to pop and rip. Oh, I shouldn't talk about this. I'm sorry. I apologize. It has nothing to do with this. But yeah, I'm sick. That's why the video, I'm kind of icky sounding. So yeah, I apologize. Very long video, but I wanted to read over everything and give my thoughts. So this is exciting. Get excited, to quote Dr. Stone. Get excited. I can't remember his actual name, but to quote Dr. Stone, get excited. Yeah, get excited. That is amazing. That is awesome. I look forward to it. And now I'm going to go lay down. I don't feel good. Later. Oh yeah, rate, comment, subscribe. Appreciate those. Okay, bye.